What's good, everybody? This your boy D Money. We on another episode of A Lot of Fashion Podcast, and what we're going to talk about today is business etiquette. I had a situation a couple of weeks ago where I had an individual, a model, actually try to get in contact with one of the co-hosts on my Smoke Sessions podcast. And as you can see, I had the text messages and all that stuff from the situation. Dude was totally out of line. I gave him the opportunity to be on the podcast, and as soon as I said he could be on the podcast, he goes to the co-host, female co-host, and tries to set up relations with the young lady, and by doing it through invalid address and dating, whoop your ass. So it's just simple. Just keep your distance as far as when doing weirdo creep shit with my business and my name, because I take it very personal and I take my legacy very personal. So let's just get right into it. Number one, have politeness and respect for not only the people that you end up working with, but also the setting and the surroundings that you're involved with in different situations and moments, because business opportunities is going to only affect your money. It may affect your perception once something goes south, but outside of that, it's mainly your money, and you don't want to fuck with your money, because if you fuck with your money, you fuck with your livelihood. So the most important thing is to make sure that you are polite to the individuals that are there, regardless of their gender, mindsets, opinions. You also want to respect them, each individual, at each setting. The next thing is communication. Just like this past situation, it's always important to have perfect communication with those that you are collaborating with and those that you are working with, because if you don't, things can be taken out of context, and people's emotions can start to fuel and gaslight rumors that are not true. In other settings, it can just gaslight situations where it just ends up making both parties go separate ways when it really wasn't needed for. So just make sure that you have perfect communication with everyone that you're working with and collaborating with, so that way nothing gets taken out of context. The next thing is punctuality. Be on time. It's very important not only to be on time, but when you are in communications, whether it be on email, text message, just having a communication schedule, be on time, be punctual, because the people that you're collaborating with, the people that you're working with, they have things to do in their own lives. They have their own personal interests involved, well, not involved, but to handle, and then they have their business which is involved. So be punctual, be respectful of other people's time. The last but not least thing is ethics and policies and procedures. When you're in a company setting, especially you're working with a corporation, the best thing to remember is that this company and corporation has policies, systems set in place to make sure not only that their workers are safe and taken care of, and also the officials that run the company are safe and taken care of, but other outsiders that come in the company constraints and settings are safe as well. So remembering these policies and procedures are very important. Learning them as well too. Listening to different officials that work in these corporations and settings, understanding what they're saying, so that way you don't slip up and make mistakes that can later hurt you and your business down the line. Ethics, that just comes down to moral code. If you don't have some moral fiber that tells you should want to treat people the way you want to be treated, then you shouldn't be doing business in the first place. But it's important to have ethics in what you do and how you do it, because it's only going to create more success and less problems for you in the long run. So I say all of these things just to keep people in mind that it's important to be respectful of people's opinions, people's emotions, and, of course, different environments and atmospheres, because everybody thinks differently, everybody reacts differently, and everybody does things differently. So hopefully this helps you guys to, better learn how to communicate with business officials, better communicate in business situations and collaborations, and hopefully, it helps you to continue to visualize your purpose and get to your dreams and goals more efficiently. Keep visualizing.
Thank you guys for watching another episode of A Lot of Fashion. We appreciate you guys for liking and subscribing and also staying tuned through the whole episode. Make sure that you take these business gems and start visualizing your purpose. I am out.